Welcome back to the
Welcome
channel,
back.
guys.
Welcome back.
That's Tristan. I'm Galen, and this is Profound Nonsense. I know you guys probably gave up on us, but we're here. We're here in the flesh.
We missed you guys. We took a little hiatus, real life hit, but we're back at it. And according to the horse, the Trojan horse, we're going to be talking about the Odyssey today. It initiated the break of hiatus.
Yep.
It was phenomenal.
Got us out of our funk. We saw it on Friday. It's Sunday, so we got a little bit of time to think about the movie, how we feel. We have not talked about it together. So this is going to be fun. We're going to start off with our ratings, and then we're going to kind of break down why we rated it the way we rated it and go through, just our thoughts and feelings on each kind of category as we go. Talk about some of the lore, talk about some questions we had. I have read the Odyssey and am a huge fan of Greek mythology and all of those stories. And so I went in knowing all of the plot and a lot of the characters. Tristan
Knew nothing.
knew nothing. And so
I know bare bones Greek mythology. I think
Y'all
it's
are-
cool. I just don't know much about it.
yeah, y'all are going to get kind of both perspectives, which I think should be fun. I know it's going to be fun for me. So you want to dive into it?
I would love to, Galen.
Okay.
Are
Are we doing spoiler, non-spoiler, or are we just doing spoiler?
Let's do non-spoiler then spoiler.
Okay. We're going to start with non-spoilers. We will still give our rating. And then after we talk about it vaguely, we'll go into spoiler. Okay. You ready?
I did not use a calculator to calculate it,
That's fine.
but
you know approximately.
yes.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
Nine.
9.7.
Okay.
Why are you like that? You're such a. Why are you hating? Like, why did you do that?
I gave it a 9 out of 10. That is a phenomenal score.
For you.
Right. And everybody else, a 9 out of 10.
Are you just like
Is
a
a great
professor that's like, well, there's always room for
Well,
improvement?
let's talk about it.
Okay.
All right. This is our non-spoiler reviews. I gave it a 9 out of 10. He gave it a 9.7 out of 10. 9.7 what?
Out of 10.
9.7.
Oh, 9.732. My bad.
Thank you.
You're right.
Thank you.
You're right. I need to get specific.
Mine was
Specificity is important.
9.000.
1.
0. 7.
I don't get it.
Phenomenal movie, guys. Such a good time. Yeah, I don't know. Epic is definitely the right word to describe it. It is an epic.
Christopher Nolan and all of the actors did their big one. Rent was due.
It really, really was. Man, the casting, goated. I don't know if it'll ever get better than that cast. And
It's true.
I feel like there were some hidden gems that I kind of wasn't expecting. I went into it thinking, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this person playing this character, and was surprised in a good way.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
I think so too. Yeah, the acting was phenomenal. Christopher Nolan, in true Nolan fashion, definitely created a story that both serves the original Odyssey very well while also making it his own. The themes in the movie, and the way that he kind of builds up the characters, and the ways that you get to see their flaws but also their strengths, top notch.
I think that the sound design it was so good that I actually made it a point to admire it this to go around, and I normally don't do that. I don't
Really?
give a damn about sound design.
Interesting. I'm curious to know more about your thoughts on that.
And also just you can see the historical dramaturgy that went through making this film.
Mm-hmm.
He really did his big
She.
one in terms of like the sound design itself kind of a spoiler, kind of not. They basically use historical references to recreate lost instruments.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
The amount of effort
Yeah.
that he put in to make it as historically accurate
Mm-hmm.
was really cool. And I really enjoyed how really enjoyed how, even though most of them are British, they all used American accents.
Yeah.
It makes it way more palpable.
For sure. And I also think that like nobody speaks the language that they spoke back then. So let's just make it one concise thing that everybody's going to be able to understand. It's going to make sense for the movie specifically, and it's very clear. Like you don't have to. The movie's long, and if you don't know the story, some of it can be confusing, and so we don't need a bunch of like different accents and ways of speaking to also get kind of confusing. I really like that he kind of just was like, we're gonna do an American accent, and that's how it's gonna be.
You can tell whenever a movie is made if they made those type of choices and like casting decisions based on how they want the movie to be perceived, as opposed to how Christopher Nolan cast in those type of choices. He wants his message to be received. Like he just wants to get the message out in a conflated way.
Yeah.
He just wants it straight up, and this is the best way to deliver it, and these are the best people to do it.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, let's get to work.
That's how I felt about a lot of the like costume wardrobe choices as well, which again was phenomenal. I know there was so much like hate going on for him not making them historically accurate armor and stuff like that, but like this is an epic. It is a drama. It's a story. It's not real. So, for the sake of like when people think about Romans, they don't think about the armor they chose to use in like Troy, the movie. They think about the armor they used in Nolan's The Odyssey, like regardless of if that's not actually how they like dressed or not. And so you're not going in being like, oh, like, okay, like this is supposed to be historically accurate and like, oh, like, yeah, sure, the costumes are cool and whatnot. It's like, it's exactly what most of our minds envision when we think about like the way that Spartans and like those people wore armor. And so it doesn't affect the plot. It just like looks really cool.
And also just the designs within itself add to the plot. They are their own characters and they're foreshadowing for what's to come in the movie.
Yeah.
Like he uses color theory in the costumes.
Yep. And every single character that people were like, I don't know why like they look like this, or like why like blah blah blah. Everything has a purpose. Everything there's a reason for every single thing. I love that.
There's not a single shot that was wasted.
No. Couldn't be.
He created an IMAX camera for this movie. He created it. And it was heavy as hell.
Shout out to Nolan's wife, who helped with that, because she's a G.
That's a power couple right there.
God, dude.
We could never. We could never.
No. And that's all right. Leave it to him. I'm sure his life is really hard.
You wanna get specific now? I want to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that we can talk about?
So I'm really bad with names, horrible with names, and I think that it did help that I knew the actors.
Yeah, for sure.
And it also is great that it wasn't Tom Holland on screen, and it wasn't Zendaya and Matt Damon on screen, because they did so phenomenally. The names are very hard to keep track of, but that helped me put the pieces together throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And just the tale itself, because I didn't know much about it. I didn't know anything about the Odyssey. I knew it existed. You really get, from my end, I got most of the picture while watching the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And afterwards, I watched videos on summaries on like what the Odyssey is actually about. And I think he did a phenomenal job. He definitely Nolan'd it up in some of his decisions, but it wouldn't be a Christopher Nolan movie unless he did it.
For sure. And also, like, he was very true to the original story with minor tweaks because we don't need a 7-hour-long movie, you know, which this would
I'd
need
watch
to
it.
be. Me too.
I'd watch it.
I'd love that.
The simple fact he was able to create such a big production for a Greek epic at all.
Yeah.
To this capacity.
Yeah.
And do a really, really good job just speaks volumes on his skill because it's the Odyssey.
He's the only one that could do it.
Who the hell would do that?
No one. I like
a far-fetched concept to try to dump all this money and effort in, because like most people don't even know what the Odyssey is.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was talking with Addie and I was like, where does he go from here? You know, like, what do you do next?
I don't know. Midsummer Night's Dream. Make a good Romeo and Juliet movie.
Dude, I want him to do a horror movie.
That would do it. That would do it.
That's a challenge he hasn't taken on. And some of the scenes in the Odyssey, guys,
terrifying. Gut wrenching. I loved it. I was reeling.
I knew exactly what was gonna happen in every single scene. Every single scene, I was like, "Oh my god!" And some of the like personal liberties that he took and like stylistic choices that he made for certain scenes, I really like the way that he did them, and we'll get into that when we talk about spoilery reviews. But there were certain scenes I was like, "This is not how I envisioned it in my head." And your way is so much better. You can just tell that he was so intentional with literally every single choice he made. And he wanted it to feel real. And that's awesome. Before we get into spoilers, I want to talk a little more about like the magnitude of what he did with shooting basically everything practically. And then also the entire thing on IMAX. Nuts. Have you seen any videos on like what it takes for them to like what shooting on IMAX actually entails?
Yes, it was nuts.
You have like 3 minutes of shooting time before you have to replace the reel. Then they have to get shipped to fucking like LA or something, where they're like spliced together. Every single cut was done by hand. Are you nuts? Every single cut, every single filter had to be applied manually to the film.
I'd hate that job.
Dude, that would suck.
That is probably the worst job of the whole entire production. I'd rather lug the camera around than do that.
Hoyta went crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Like I don't know how Nolan did it. He had to like go back to where they did all that stuff and like help the person that was putting the like filters on the film choose what he wanted. You know, like how do you
remember what you wanted?
Right.
Whenever where they lived, like their palace, they were allowed to film there, but they weren't allowed to like have like a crew road built up to it. So every single day they had to just helicopter and climb every single day until they were done.
Yeah. Man,
he's about it.
Scouting for that, like location scouting for that movie, probably draining and tiring as fuck, but like, God, that would be so much fun.
Beautiful.
You just go to like.
They were actually in a fucking boat in the water.
Yeah, they had a
Nuts.
full-on replica. Dude. Yeah, just like the magnitude of what was done in this movie. I don't give a fuck if you don't care about the Odyssey as a story or Christopher Nolan as a director or the way that this movie was made. Nobody can take away what they did because it is never been done and fucking unheard of. So cool. So cool.
Can we get into it? I want to talk about something.
All right, guys, if you haven't seen the movie, now's the time to leave. Go watch it and then come back. If you have seen the movie, this is our spoiler review for the Odyssey. Again, I gave it a 9 out of 10. He gave it a 9.7 out of 10.
So what did you remove on your review?
Let's go through it bit by bit.
Okay. Fine.
Let's go through it bit by bit. All right. So we have 7 criteria for how we rate our movies. It's enjoyment, which is just, did we enjoy the movie? Were we invested? Did we leave the theater like hell yeah? Depth. That's more like, was there an underlying message? Were there things that we felt drew us in? Character growth, development, like whatnot. Story. Is there a linear story? Does it make sense? Is it interesting? Acting, cinematography, sound, and rewatchability. Rewatchability is weighted a little bit less. Some of them are weighted a little bit more, depending on how important we think they are to the movie's overall score. So let's start with enjoyment.
Immediately captivated.
Mm-hmm.
I was confused about Travis Scott being the bard, and since I don't know much about like how they told stories back in the day, I was like, "What the hell? You just tap 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 talk, tap 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 talk." But it got you in. It got you asking questions, and just the way that they showed it, just a bard talking in a room full of suitors, dudes. At this point, because I don't know what the hell's going on. And then you got this lady behind the wall. I don't want to hear about this. And I enjoyed my questions being answered almost immediately, and leading to more cooler questions. The pacing for 3 hours long, it did not feel like that. I was invested. There was not a single point in the movie where I was like, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think I got my fill. I wanted more. And I do think that they left it exactly how it should. It was just like from start to finish, the pacing wrapped perfectly.
Yeah.
I had no issues of like not enjoying my time.
No, I agree. For me, the only downside to my score on enjoyment, which I gave 9 out of 10, was that I knew the story, and my expectations on the parts that were emphasized in the movie were kind of glided past, and the things that I didn't really expect to be like huge parts were more focused on.
Like sign-in?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really expect much from that. I expected the like actual like the journey that Matt Damon goes on. There were like when he goes to Cersei's island. That was one of the ones I enjoyed. But they left out a lot.
That's the Cyclops one?
No, Cersei's the pig one.
Okay.
They left out a lot.
They did.
About her relationship with him. He actually ends up being there for quite a while. On that island. He doesn't just like
Did they have like sex or like they're
She has a
about to?
kid with him.
Damn.
Yeah. She has a kid. And then that kid ends up playing a part in his story after he returns to Ithaca.
How?
All right. We can get into this. And this is based on the book Circe by Madeline Miller. But
Xerxes?
Circe.
Oh, okay.
Xerxes.
I was thinking of 300. I'm like, no way.
No. He gets to the island. She turns his men into pigs. He figures shit out, but like she's interested in him. They end up having a good time. He gets her to turn his men back into humans, but they stay there for a while to fix their boat, and then winter comes, and so they stay there for longer. And the whole time, like Circe and his relationship is kind of built on like her love for like his cunning and wisdom and ability to tell stories. He's kind of trying to play her, but is also kind of like interested and is like, to get back home, I have to sleep with this woman. So he does, and then she has his kid. She names it something similar to Telemachus. He goes back home, kind of goes crazy because he's just like, his whole life for 20 years has been war and like being this like smart, cunning like leader. And when he goes home, he's like, I have nothing to do. And then like all these like all the kings of the suitors try and kill him, so he goes out to war with them and then comes back and is messed up. And anyways, her son ends up killing him. He goes to meet him, but Odysseus is gone like completely mad and thinks that her son is there to kill him, which he's not. So he starts fighting him, and then the son actually ends up killing him on accident. So like,
and isn't Hermes there?
Hermes is a big part. Athena plays a much bigger part. So there was like things like that I was like, I went in expecting like some of that to get expounded upon, but it wasn't. And I would like to say that I think that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
The story wasn't like you can't fit all that into this without leaving some things left underdeveloped. And so to just completely cut it out was the smart move, right? Like if he did fuck her and then like
the stakes get muddied in a movie medium, because
that would be admitting that Nolan is following the storyline where her son later kills him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this story, he goes off into the sunset with Penelope,
and that is a horrible ending if he was doing
exactly
all that.
So like in hindsight, I get it, but going into the movie, those were my expectations, and so that took away some of the enjoyment. I was definitely left kind of like, oh,
yeah.
And then I kind of had to, like yesterday, I was like, it's me. It wasn't the movie. And the more I think about the movie, the more I'm like, he did a great job. So I really want to see it a second time because I know the storyline he was trying to like build and develop, and I think enjoyment will be a 10 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, it was a 9.
Yeah, it would have to be like a super series in order to get all those details.
Exactly.
And personally, me, because I didn't know nothing about it, it was pretty clear what the through line was, for me at least, and what Christopher Nolan was trying to communicate through this epic.
Yeah.
And since I don't have anything to compare it to, he did a great job at that. And that plot line, if you would even entertain that a little bit with old girl,
mm-hmm.
the ending would have just been dog butt.
100%.
That ending would suck. Him being a loyal, selfless man. Because isn't he like kind of like manipulative and like kind of shitty?
Yes.
Get to the end of to get what he wants. He's always like manipulating, and they kind of delved into that with Sinon. And Sinon, thank you.
Sinon.
But that was like really the only. I mean, they showed like all of his veterans, and that kind of like implies that like what has he done?
Yeah.
To get where he is today.
Yeah, and that kind of goes along with the disappointing parts. Was like a much bigger part of the Odyssey was so they kind of chop it up to like oh, Zeus's what do they call it,
generosity.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the honor that comes with that, you know, like that's what Odysseus started losing, so that he could get home. In the Odyssey, he loves war and what he was doing, and he thinks he's the best at it, and he loves the praise that he's getting for it. And so when he starts going home, when he gets to Polyphemus's cave, they get in the cave, realize it's a Cyclops' cave, get stuck in the cave. Him and Polyphemus have conversations. Polyphemus can talk to them. He's like, "What's your name?" Odysseus says, Nobody is my name. So when he stabs him in the eye with a fire stick, there are other Cyclopses on the island. Polyphemus is like, "Nobody's stabbing me in the eye." And so no Cyclopses come. That was not the way that they did it in this movie. And again, in hindsight, that's fine. That was not what I was expecting. So when Odysseus gets on the boat and is like, "Oh, I got away," he's like, "Oh, and by the way, my name's actually Odysseus." And that leads Polyphemus to tell Poseidon Odysseus's name. He gets cursed by Poseidon. So, you know, it's like it's deeper, and it also paints Odysseus in a very different light. You know, he's like so cocky, and that's always been his downfall. That's his Achilles heel, you know, is like he has to have his name on everything he does because he knows he's the smartest motherfucker. And so like so in the movie, Polyphemus like spits out the helmet, and that's kind of like last word. And so Odysseus is like, "Well, fuck you," and shoots him in the eye again with an arrow. And that was like kind of alluding to his pride and like needing the last word, but it was just a different take. And I think that's interesting. Let's go into depth because we can actually talk about the take Nolan gave more. Depth, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. No issues. At first you're like, dang. First of all, the horse. I remember people getting mad about the horse because like you got to be a master wood carvesman and refurbisher in order to build that horse out of shipwreckage. And that's just showbiz, baby. It looked way cooler.
But also like, okay, let's take the one that was in Troy. Have you ever seen that one?
I know what the horse looks like. I don't remember.
Fair enough. Yeah. Nobody is bringing that thing into their impenetrable fortress. That looks like something that is hiding men. And also is not something that you want to honor Athena with, which was what this is for. Like they had master craftsmen. And also a fuck ton of time. So like, I actually think this makes much more sense. Like yeah, they'd want to bring, like they said they left that there as a tribute to Athena so that they could get home safe. That makes a lot of sense. Now the Trojans are like, "Oh, bet. Well, we kind of won, so we're going to take their gift to Athena and bring it in for us as well, so that we get blessed by Athena." I think that makes a lot more sense than some like rickety ass.
I think it looks super cool.
Right. And also like the wheels that they built on the one in Troy, it's like, oh yeah, please roll this into your
sick.
home. We'd love
Easy
that.
dub.
Like,
And I also
what?
think that just the way that it was buried and the effort that they had to do in order to even bring it in, the logs were like shaven so they didn't injure it. It just adds salt to the wound.
Yeah.
On the betrayal.
Yeah.
And then I bring into like the armor itself, darker tones. And we're attacking people with lighter colors. Good and bad.
Yep.
We're watching the villains.
Yep.
And we're watching how they have been favored for so long until they go against Zeus's
law. Is that what it was?
Zeus's law.
Yeah.
And the moment they abuse Zeus's law and disrespect Athena at the same time, that's whenever Odysseus is like feeling emotion effectively.
Yeah, he sees what
he
he's
never
done.
Really cared before this.
And I love that we get that at the end though. You know, like you get flashes to like them like cutting the head off of Athena's statue, and like pillaging Troy, but you don't get Odysseus's perspective until the very end when he's talking to Penelope, which was one of the best scenes in the whole movie. And then you see it from his perspective. It's like, what have I done? You know, because not only have I broken Zeus's law for the sake of my selfish and personal gain, and also just like to get home because I want my wife, but I've also set the standard for my men, for Troy, for everybody who hears the news of this. You know, and so like throughout the movie you see like the men from the sea are coming in, and like it's like regardless of if I think what was alluded to at the end was that like Odysseus started it, but because of that a chain reaction has started where other people are abandoning Zeus's law and also just becoming savages, and so it's like spreading to the rest of the world, and it's like, oh fuck, like this was way bigger than me.
I also really do enjoy the foreshadowing of the sea people, right? And then they're constantly going on islands, causing issues,
pillaging
every single one. Even with the witch, like they just had nothing to offer. They're like, hey, we're hungry, give me some food. And like, sure, they dropped their weapons and like they weren't like being aggressors about it at all, but where's the decorum? Where's the decorum? You just hungry. What if she didn't feed you?
Right.
They are in need right now. And also they're mad. They're going against Odysseus. They made them stay behind. And it's really cool seeing like, also I just love the imagery where she was like, go back to your disguises as she turns them from pigs into humans.
Yeah.
And Christopher Nolan likes to do this, and this is where like I gotta remember who is the director. Our protagonists in Christopher Nolan movies aren't really good guys, but we get it from their perspective, so we get empathy.
Yeah,
we get empathy for our protagonist, but you really need to pay attention to the rest of the movie to understand who they are.
Yeah.
But I really do appreciate in his movies, they understand, the protagonist gets to understand their own hubris.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah.
And it's not like some Joker movie.
Nolan's like, if you're not gonna figure it out on your own, I'm gonna let you know what.
Yeah.
You know, like every single time, like, yeah, Inception, The Dark Knight, The Odyssey, Interstellar, like all of those movies. The protagonist on some level like fucked up and is fucking up, and there are repercussions to that like come full circle by the end of the movie, you know.
And it kind of just I don't know, media literacy is really important because they're really cool tales. Like they're, first of all, they're masterfully done. And then it can let you see that you can have good intentions,
Mm-hmm.
but there are consequences to what you think is good.
Yeah.
And you can't keep trying to constantly make the right decision because something's going to happen either way.
Mm-hmm.
And even him being selfless about his troops is killing troops, it's killing his boys.
Yeah.
It's just a cool concept, and I really do enjoy it. And what's Tom Holland's character's name?
Telemachus.
Telemachus. Kind of a beta. Can't fight for shit.
Mm-hmm. He's a boy.
He's just a boy. He ate down. That was a perfect cast.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, my bad. But anyway, so depth. There's just so much that you can dive into. There's a lot of subplots that I really enjoy.
Every character responded exactly the way a real human would. That's one thing that I feel like I have such a gripe with movies these days. Characters just don't respond the way real humans do. But this movie did such a good job of like, yep, that's exactly what I would do in that situation, you know? Like even the bad ones, like the suitors. What's his name? Robert Pattinson's character made a choice when he was a child that defined who he became later in life. But like any of us in the exact same situation would do the exact same thing. So even characters like that, it's like they are fighting for the life that they have chosen, you know, regardless of how fucked that is. You know, it's like that's what they got. Telemachus's character, like every move he makes, like feels like a kid trying to become a man and dealing with like
the fact that he will never be his dad.
He'll never be his dad. He'll never win against those suitors unless he like bucks up. But he's like stuck, you know?
But even if he did buck up, like there's nothing he could do. He was always a lesser.
Yeah.
His mom even knew it.
Yeah. But at the same time, like that's what makes him a better man than Odysseus in a lot of ways.
It's true.
Because he doesn't have that like he can't have the level of pride that Odysseus has, which is like ultimately his downfall.
You gotta be smarter.
Yeah.
Can't be faster or stronger.
Mm-hmm. And
smarter.
just better.
Mm-hmm.
Like don't be like me.
Was the beggar in the beginning, was that Zeus?
Athena. It was supposed to in the Odyssey it's Athena.
Okay.
And Athena helps him along the way, Telemachus along the way.
I think his go around with omitting all of the gods, like having that much influence, was the very first shot apparent magic. Because I feel like the way that he shot it, he told the story, it was pretty grounded in reality, the mythology. It's pretty grounded, all things considered. And him just saying apparent kind of just lets you know that, like, yeah, there's some weird shit that goes on, but don't really expect
that's another thing
Hermes to pop out.
Right. That's another thing that changed was like Odysseus's disbelief or unbelief in the gods. He'd be having full conversations with Athena, you know, like I found that kind of interesting. Just story-wise, because like that was another thing I was like curious how he was going to handle, because there are mystical and just like fictional elements in the movie, like a Cyclops and sirens and Hades. Why can those be real and not the gods? Why, like, you know? That was something that I kind of had a hard time with watching the movie, was like, all right, we're letting in a lot of like these unrealistic fictional elements into the movie, but like omitting the God side of it. Which again, like after watching the movie and thinking about it for like a day, it's like that wasn't the point of the movie. That's not the story he was trying to tell. It like Odysseus needs to take ownership of every action he had, and if there are gods, then he's in the clear. You know, like they were tampering with with his ability to like get home. They were playing in things that like they shouldn't be playing. Athena's the one that gives Odysseus the idea to build the Trojan horse. Oh. So, or at least like alludes to doing something like that. And so like this movie's goal was to like put all the weight on Odysseus, which I think was right. And I think that like makes sense. It just like it's very different from the story we get in the Odyssey. But I like that he did it that way. In hindsight, I think it does make it just kind of like this story that like take ownership of your shit. Like yeah, you are responsible for this. Now what? Right? How do you want to leave things? How do you want to like grow from this? And I think he did a really good job of tying that all together from start to finish without the gods.
I think he made the right call.
Yeah.
Unless he wanted to make it 7 hours long.
Right. Or a TV show. Imagine Nolan doing a TV show.
There's not enough funding in the world.
Nope.
Not with the shit he's been getting into.
It'd be like 7 years until we got it.
So we basically did story, right?
Yeah. Story 10 out of 10. Acting. Let's get into it. Brother. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Can you name a single person who didn't eat down?
Negative. My favorite performances.
Yep.
The Witch.
Cersei. Oh my god, she cooked.
Oh, she was fucking phenomenal. She was so good.
Felt every second of it.
I really enjoyed Robert Pattinson's character.
Phenomenal.
He was a
villain.
He was a snake.
Robert Pattinson, why are you so good at that?
And he gets to kiss me a god.
I know.
I'm so over him. Someone's got to stop Robert Pattinson.
It's true. Batman, he's kissing up on Zoe Kravitz. This movie, fucking Mia Goth. His movie with Zendaya. Like, bro, his wife is Suki Waterhouse. Like, fuck you.
And like, I really enjoy him this because he's enjoying every second of him playing this character. He loved playing this character.
Yeah. And
you also felt that in Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You can see like his fiery passion in his profession. Mm-hmm. And that's just great to see. Mm-hmm. I think Tom Holland, he's really good at being a sweet boy. And he's just so believably innocent.
Yeah.
And pure of heart.
Yeah.
He's really good at that.
He's the one that was unexpected for me.
I didn't know if he could do it.
Me neither. I tie him so closely to Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And like high school Spider-Man, I like really didn't think he was going to be able to pull off specifically the transition from sweet innocent baby boy to like, oh, I kind of get it. Mm-hmm. Baby boy.
Yeah.
You know, like those serious moments I didn't know if he could handle. So good. Honestly, like his conversations at the beginning with people where he's using his American accent, like at first I was like, I believe the fuck out of this. Mm-hmm. You know? Really well done.
I'm trying to think like anything that kind of threw me. I thought the relationships of all of the soldiers were amazing.
Oh, dude. Yeah, the fact that like Odysseus was surrounded by the same guys the entire movie. I really like that they did that. It felt like they were like bonded and close.
And you can feel the betrayal whenever they went through the whatchamacallit, the channel.
Yeah.
The channel, and then they got sacrificed. Even whenever
Cersei created Scylla.
Really?
It was a nymph that she got mad at. It was like one of her cousins who stole her man. So
she's petty.
She turned her into what she was on the inside.
Nice.
Which was a 6-headed monster.
The manipulating. The manipulating of people's faces to change them into pigs. Oh, that scene was so good.
Practical.
I know. He's nuts.
Practical effects. Guys.
It looked so good.
Oh my. And like disturbing. He needs to do a horror movie.
I need him to do a remake of The Thing.
Oh God, dude. Oh, you cook.
That would be the scariest movie ever made.
Oh man, yeah. Who else?
Matt Damon was great.
Yeah. Which like Matt Damon is Odysseus. Like he just cooked. And I'm not surprised.
He was buff.
Yeah. He looks so good.
What the heck?
Yeah.
He's been on this island only eating lotus for 7 years. Can you cut some weight, bro? You're about to make me mad.
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember the actor's name, but like the blind.
I don't remember his name, but he has always been one of my favorites since Land of the Dead.
Him.
He's so good.
And the fact that he can be just like a shitty side character and like you still love the fuck out of him, and also like a really important character who's like deep and
because he's not even like the wise old man for real. Like he taught him how to think while he's fighting in the beginning, but outside of that he was just loyal. And not even like violently loyal. He was just loyal.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to work with that character, and he did phenomenal.
The dog acted his heart out.
Absolutely. Alive until he saw Odysseus. That was so cute.
Bro, him dying and then Telemachus immediately realizing that, oh, that's dad. And then dad being like, when your dad does get here, he's going to be so proud of the man you've become. Oh,
my eyes started I started getting allergies.
Yep.
There was pollen in the room.
A lot of pollen in that theater.
That was good.
The chemistry between Odysseus and Penelope. Real.
So phenomenal.
When they're on the bed talking about.
Yes, that was love.
Yeah. That's wifey right there, man. It's wifey.
And whenever she's yelling at Telemachus, I miss my husband.
I just want Odysseus.
That's all I want. You're pissing me off just as much as the suitors. I don't give a damn about you or the suitors.
She's like, kill those motherfuckers.
Right. Like, why are you playing like you're a bitch man for real? She was testing her son's pimp. And he failed.
Yep.
He failed miserably. And I think that Penelope, that one monologue, my experience compared to your little stubble.
Yeah.
She went nuts.
I can't remember the quote, but yeah, went crazy.
She went insane. And I really liked that was a good wake up call for him too. Because he's like, oh yeah, I have not really considered you in any of this.
Nope.
These past 20 years.
It's been all
I'm
about
thinking
daddy.
about dad. I completely forgot that you've been like missing him because you actually knew him, by the way. That's so cool.
The Odysseus's like signature move. Boing.
Oh, beautiful.
He does it with the boar. He does it with the deer. It's like, I'm giving you a chance to run. I'm letting you know, because that's honorable, that you are about to die.
It's so good.
And then doing that right before the
massacre. The massacre.
The black guy who's like, you're Odysseus. Oh, so good.
That noise is beautiful.
Oh my gosh,
I want that to be my texturing.
yeah.
When I get a text, I want to hear that.
All right, cinematography.
It's just amazing.
Fuck me.
Hold on. I don't see a category for. I want to talk about it. Cyclops' design. That was the coolest interpretation of a Cyclops I've ever seen in my life.
I concur.
It's like a twisted face, and it still has the eye socket. It just won't open.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep. And that was my justification. Not even justification, but like moment for like why you can have a Cyclops and not a god, because he is just a like twisted
mutt. I don't know what word to use.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Freak of nature.
Freaky.
Yes, freak of nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what they are.
Yeah.
Cyclopses are freaks of fucking nature.
Mm-hmm.
God's just hooking up with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like also like I felt real bad for that Cyclops. He was just chilling. He just got his herd goats. He's sheep. He's just doing his thing.
Yeah.
Making good cheese.
Yeah. And honestly, y'all are just some fucking like dogs that came into his home, and he's hungry. He wants a snack.
Also, he just ate too, and he was like, "All right, I'm gonna go to bed." And I'm
okay.
I don't think I was mad. I'm just hungry,
bro. When he's
yes,
and the arm falls out of his mouth.
Oh, and then that's how you can. From their point of view, this is like the scariest thing that ever happened. But first of all, you walked in his crib.
Mm-hmm.
You are just eating his food. That's also going against Zeus's
law.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going against Zeus' law. Everything that they did is them actively going against Zeus's law, and they always get consequences for it. But since we're watching it through their perspective, I felt for the Cyclops as soon as he went to bed. I'm like, nah, he's chilling for real.
Mm-hmm.
And then also I did like how his body type. Like he's not like jacked and like
yeah
he's just big.
He's a shepherd.
He's literally just a shepherd, just chilling.
Yeah.
And his whimpering, that was heartbreaking.
I know. I felt for him.
I felt so bad for him. I was
Justice
rooting
for Polyphemus.
I low-key wanted a couple more than the die, because like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Do you think he spit out the helmet to taunt?
Yeah. I do.
So in this story, he's just by himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seemed to be what they were saying.
He talks to, like, the gods, they talk to their freak of nature offspring. Like, do they actually care about them? Or are they just like bastard
on
children?
Their valor, generally. If you do enough for me. Yeah. But yeah, not Polyphemus. But he was son enough that Poseidon was mad at Odysseus.
Was Zeus in the story? Is Zeus trying to teach him a lesson, or is he just like, cause, old girl Sus?
Circe?
No, the one, the lotus flower girl.
Oh, damn it. Calypso.
So Calypso said that Zeus ain't gonna let Poseidon kill him. You need to just go adrift. Was he just getting a lesson taught to him by Zeus? Zeus rocks with him. He has to.
There's too much backstory. And it also, like, it Athena got Zeus to give some leeway.
Okay.
Because Zeus was like, hands off with it. I'm gonna let Poseidon do what Poseidon wants to do. Like, but also, like, the curse was that he would be lost for 10 years. So that's what he was, and so it was about done.
Would you take a portion of that lotus flower? I'd eat some of it. I eat a lotus flower,
It like lowers your inhibitions and makes you forget who you are.
but for how long? I can just do one serving.
No, but it also makes you want more.
Mm.
It's very highly addictive. That was something that's different. So in the Odyssey, his whole crew gets lands on the island of the Lotus Eaters. They're like a people, and so they get kind of swept up in eating the lotus, and they kind of just merged that with Calypso's story and made it why he's been so docile. Cinematography. Speaking of the Cyclops and also the Trojan Horse, I loved how they literally took their cameras into the cave, gave us the perspective of the soldiers into the Trojan Horse.
Mm-hmm.
We see like
Mm-hmm.
they're cramped, what
They're
it looks
drowning.
like. They're literally drowning. Loved those shots. Every scene out at sea, filmed at sea,
Mm-hmm.
and stunning. Like so much of what they got, like Odysseus looking out at the dolphins, was just happenstance. They were like, oh, dolphins. Turn it on, turn it on. There was like one scene where a dude's thrown up overboard and then gets like thrown off.
Yeah.
That dude actually threw up.
Really?
Dude was actually throwing up. Nolan was like, can we film this?
That's so cool. His final pluck.
Oh my god.
The piece of resistance. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love the shot whenever he's talking to Penelope and getting his feet wiped down. And I love the loyalty of that old lady. Because like those servants, they know their master's bodies probably better than each other's, the partners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. 100%.
Literally their job.
It's
just cool.
She tended to that wound and knew exactly who it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, beastie. Let's talk about sound. You really loved the sound.
The sound was amazing. I love the instruments. I looked it up, and they literally recreated lost
mm-hmm.
instruments. Like, what is it that serious?
Mm-hmm.
I loved the alerts during the attack on Troy.
Mm-hmm.
And the buildup that it created as the gate is taking forever.
And they're just like the pounding starts getting like faster. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and it's so suspenseful because like you can see also that he's making really good shots, like pinpoint shots, and then sometimes he's missing, and you're like, oh no, what's gonna happen? And then the archers start coming out, and I'm like, oh no,
gate won't open.
Oh. And the music is just crescendoing, and there's so many moments where the sound is just its own beast.
Yeah, literally.
And I love the plucking. The pluck is the most beautiful noise I've ever heard, probably.
It's so fucking sick, dude. So sick. Bang, bang, boom.
I don't know. It's like he has like a superpower. I mean, he kind of does. He has crazy accuracy. He's just a human, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have one issue with the sound.
What?
Nolan is known for the emotional ties that come with the score in his movies. You think of a movie, you think of a song a lot of the times. I did not feel there was one that stood out in this movie.
Fair.
And I think that was a mistake. Because this is such like, it's an epic, because this is like such a classic crazy, like out of this world tale, the lack of association that I'm gonna have with this movie and a sound besides the plucking, which is dope, but it's not a theme for the movie. It's a theme for Odysseus. I think took away some of the like more crazy scenes. I think what they did a really good job with is like incorporating sound and music into like what's happening. And that's what we got at Troy. That's what we get with the plucking. What we got with like the siren sound. And then there was like, that eerie one that like plays sometimes. I can't remember how it goes, but
I liked whenever they put in the wax in their ears. It sounds like you put in AirPods.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
That was sick. But you're not gonna have an Interstellar sound, and you're not gonna have like Pirates of the Caribbean. Like when you say those names, like some of the first things you think about are the music, and I really, really, really wanted that for this movie.
I don't know where it could have been put in though. I don't think that this movie really had spots for it, because I feel like in Interstellar, like they're almost like revisited moments, but they don't revisit in.
What do you mean revisited?
I don't know, like inner full circles in the story. I'm trying to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, I don't know where that element could have been added to the Odyssey. Just the way that it goes back and forth in the flow of it.
I see what you're saying. I need to watch it again. I really need to watch it again. I wanted to find a way to watch it yesterday, but I couldn't figure it out. So, but I do still think it's a shame. I get what you're saying. That was another expectation I had going in, was that the soundtrack was going to be phenomenal. There's nothing I'm going to revisit, like.
Yeah. The pluck.
And I'm not going to like revisit that. Like, I thought it was dope. And when I watch the movie again, I'm going to be like, yes.
I'm not going on Spotify to hear it.
No. No.
Fair enough. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because it's not that it's rushed, but there are not really any long moments.
No. Everything's tied to what is happening on screen. And I can appreciate that.
But I really, really enjoyed that.
I wouldn't have minded like an extended shot of them like out at sea, roughing the waves, and like some like really like intense, like cool sound that is like the theme for him trying to get home,
Yeah. You don't really feel the weight of how long they were at sea.
Yeah.
Like y'all telling me. I don't feel it though. That's how I felt about Project Hail Mary. Y'all are telling me, or they mentioned a little bit in the movie, like, hey, it's gonna take a long time. By the time you come back, most of it's gonna be dead. But like throughout the movie, I'm like, ha ha ha, rock. And then they said at the end, you got old girl still alive, and they're like in this bunker. So like I don't see death.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had to tell me that.
Yeah, I don't.
Most of Earth died. I'm like, oh yeah.
Right.
I forgot that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And time is pretty important.
Yeah.
And it helps with the weight, but also that's not really no one's approach for the movie. It's more about redemption and consequences.
Yeah. And I get that.
Facing your demons.
Still think it's a shame.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Ludwig is going to win the Oscar for soundtrack and score.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be Hans for Dune. Almost.
I mean, just from the trailer of Dune 3, that was an amazing
literally
soundtrack,
like
so
the Dune chant alone was more iconic than anything in the Odyssey. Which, no shade, like very different approaches, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see Dune and just like get excited about very different things, you know.
How is, like, back in those times, how are these like things performed? Because like a poem, right? Odyssey is a poem.
Mm-hmm.
How were they performing the
Orally.
Odyssey?
It was an oral tradition.
Was it like the way Travis Scott did it?
Mm-hmm. For hundreds of years. It was. So Homer's interpretation of the Odyssey was the only one that survived the fires in some library back then. And so that's like what we got to go off of. Like, we don't actually know if he was the original writer. We just kind of tie it to him. But we think that motherfucker was blind.
Homer?
He didn't write that down. He told it. He verbally told it to people, and that's how it got like passed down. So like even Homer's interpretation has probably been modified by people he told it to, who told it to other people for like hundreds of years until it was finally written down. But they even had to translate it from oral to some sort of pentameter for poetry. And so like it's very different than, it's the oldest thing we have poetry wise, I'm almost certain, at least like in this context from then.
That's cool. I wish we could see like the evolution.
Yeah.
That would be so
okay,
cool.
But that's why like Travis Scott doing it in the Odyssey is actually dope as shit, because rap is oral poetry.
It is.
And so that's like what the bard was doing was exactly how they would have translated the poetry, this story was that way, was orally. And what he does today is kind of like the evolution of that to today, like what we've turned oral poetry into. It's kind of sick.
It is pretty sick. I turn rewatchability. I would watch it. I wouldn't watch it on my own, is what I'm trying to say. It's just not.
Yeah.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
It's just not going to be in my bank of.
Yeah.
I got the night off. I'm alone. I want to watch the Odyssey.
Yeah.
No, hell no.
No, I agree. I do think it's very rewatchable with other people.
100%.
Specifically, probably who haven't seen it. But yeah. I'd like to watch it one more time in theaters, and then I probably won't watch it for a very long time.
At least you can watch it for free.
True that. My seat didn't recline.
How upset were you?
I wasn't. I was fine.
Okay.
Addie was.
I know she was.
But she was also fine. So they gave us free tickets.
What a very last. Everything was going smooth.
Yeah.
For this movie experience, everything was going so kosher.
Yeah.
Can't even recline.
Those are like super sought out seats though, because of like, I was happy sitting in the back for that screen specifically, because it like was eye line with us. Like the middle of the screen was eye line with us,
and it's close. It's like perfect distance. You can like focus
Yeah.
and only see that. You're not worried about anything around you.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, I don't have to look so far to catch things,
Right. Exactly.
to see what
I'm not
are
like,
in each frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that distance.
Yeah.
Because at first I was in my head talking shit. I'm like, hey, this was free. I'm not going to say nothing.
Fucker. Anything else you want to talk about? Any more questions you had?
That's what I can think of. I just really, really, really enjoyed the movie.
It was a great time. Really good experience.
I'm probably just gonna watch more like comparisons as opposed to like how it was, what he did different.
Yeah,
it's interesting seeing like Christopher Nolan bleed through, like the back of the head during the flashback. And then Leonardo DiCaprio only sees the back of his head of his kids, and then Inception because he doesn't remember, and it just becomes like a it's like off principle type of thing. He does that a lot. A lot of people just doing things off principle. They don't even know what that principle is for real. I wonder what that means about him as a person.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Because he does quite a couple of film techs in all of his movies. I'm like, what about you?
Yeah.
What are you communicating right now?
Yeah, I feel like he does put a lot of his own like personality and also like inner workings hidden into his movies.
That monologue, whenever he's tied to the post, listen to the siren song. Is that in the Odyssey? Like that, how he was explaining it?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
It seemed personal.
Yeah.
You okay? You okay, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, like he's really dedicated to his the premise of I need to get home to my family, my kids, you know, like I wonder if he feels that way about his own life. Probably.
Probably.
Always doing something.
At least he got his wife with him.
True that.
Fuck them kids.
Poor kids. All right, dude. Another W for Nolan.
Huge dub.
I can't believe it's going to be at least another 3. He's probably going to take longer for his next movie because
there's no rush. You know he's not going to let anybody borrow that camera.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nah, dude. Him and Denny.
Insane.
Him and Denny. Their relationship is awesome. They love each other so much.
Who's Denny? His wife?
No,
Who's Denny?
He's the director of Arrival, of Dune, of Blade Runner 2049.
They're besties?
They're besties.
That's pretty cool.
Nolan didn't want trailers at the start of the like IMAX 70mm showings of the Odyssey. The only one he gave was a snippet of Dune 3 at the start.
That's dope.
Those ones, yeah. Yeah. Now they're cute. Guys, thanks so much for watching. We are glad to be back, and we're sticking around. We're sticking around this time. So look out for next week's video. Don't know what we're doing yet. We got to figure that out. We're going to try and figure out the next month or so of what we're going to be doing before Spider-Man, because that's going to be the next big one for us. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week. Love you.
Love you.